Deep in the Arctic lies Greenland, a frozen land of glacier and rugged terrain that's rapidly becoming a hotspot of global interest. As its ice melts and vast reserves of untapped minerals emerge, the United States has renewed its strategic focus on the island. What was once seen as a remote outpost is now viewed as a vital asset, central to military strategy, climate research, and resource extraction. America's interest in Greenland isn't new. As far back as the 19th century, US leaders recognized its value. During World War II, with Denmark under Nazi control, a groundbreaking agreement allowed the US to build military facilities on Greenland, setting the stage for its long-term presence. This interest intensified during the Cold War, when the US even attempted to buy the island in 1946 and went on to develop key installations like Thule Air Base, now Pituffik Space Base, and secret projects like Camp Century under the ice. Today, Greenland remains central to US defense. Pituffik Space Base has been modernized with cutting-edge radar and missile detection systems, playing a key role in tracking satellites and securing the Arctic frontier. Greenland has evolved from a frozen wilderness into a critical player in global security and America's Arctic ambitions. Greenland's strategic importance has grown rapidly, shaped by rising global tensions and a shifting Arctic environment. As Russia and China increase their Arctic presence, building icebreaker fleets and expanding naval activity, the United States is reinforcing its military footprint in the region. Greenland's unique location makes it a key node for monitoring air and space threats, supporting rapid response operations, and maintaining command over crucial defense systems. Climate change is also altering the Arctic landscape, opening access to previously unreachable areas. This new accessibility has led the US military to develop cutting-edge technologies like unmanned aerial systems and automated supply missions tailored for harsh Arctic conditions. Joint military exercises now test Greenland's role in satellite control, missile defense, and NATO operations, ensuring readiness and resilience. Beyond defense, Greenland holds immense economic potential. The island contains valuable rare earth minerals, vital for green tech and advanced weaponry, as well as vast reserves of oil and natural gas. With global demand growing and supply chains shifting, these resources have caught the attention of US policymakers and investors alike. American companies are now partnering with Greenlandic firms to develop sustainable extraction methods, supported by innovations like remote-operated rigs and insulated drilling platforms. Though initial infrastructure investments are significant, analysts predict long-term economic benefits that could strengthen US energy independence and global competitiveness. In short, Greenland is no longer just a remote outpost. It's a strategic, economic, and environmental frontier that could shape the next era of global power dynamics. Greenland is on the brink of an economic transformation, driven by its untapped natural resources and emerging Arctic trade routes. If managed sustainably, its mineral wealth could inject billions into the local economy, create thousands of jobs, and reduce dependence on subsidies. But Greenland's value isn't limited to what lies beneath the ground. The retreating sea ice is opening up new maritime routes that could eventually handle up to 5% of global shipping, offering faster links between Asia, Europe, and North America. For the US, gaining influence in these trade corridors enhances both economic and strategic positioning. Greenlandic authorities are actively modernizing infrastructure, upgrading airports, roads, and energy systems to support not just mining, but also ecotourism and local entrepreneurship. Joint investment efforts are underway, with a focus on ensuring that development benefits local communities and respects the fragile Arctic environment. Sustainability is at the core of Greenland's economic vision. Policymakers, scientists, and citizens alike stress the need for transparent governance, environmental protection, and respect for indigenous rights. International research teams are also exploring newly exposed lands for rare minerals, as the melting ice reveals once inaccessible terrain. At the same time, climate change presents serious risks. Thawing permafrost threatens old military sites and infrastructure, while unpredictable weather disrupts traditional livelihoods. If Greenland's ice sheet collapses significantly, it could trigger dangerous global sea level rises. As the Arctic evolves, Greenland stands at the intersection of opportunity and urgency, where economic growth, environmental responsibility, and global stability must move forward together. Greenland today sits at the intersection of economic opportunity and ecological risk, making it a central player in global climate and geopolitical discussions. For the US, maintaining a strong presence on the island is crucial, not only for security and resource access but also to track and respond to rapid Arctic changes. This presence supports America's broader Arctic strategy, balancing ambition with responsibility. Though part of the Kingdom of Denmark, Greenland enjoys broad autonomy, with its own government, language, and cultural identity. Tension surrounding sovereignty flared when the US, under President Trump, proposed buying Greenland, a move firmly rejected by both Denmark and Greenlandic leaders. Their message remains clear: Greenland's future must be shaped by its people, not by foreign powers. This growing US interest has drawn concern from rivals like Russia and China, who warn against unilateral moves in the Arctic, while European allies call for multilateral cooperation and respect for international law. In response, the US has emphasized diplomacy, engaging with Danish and Greenlandic officials to pursue defense collaboration and sustainable development, while reaffirming Greenland's right to self-governance. Behind the scenes, Washington is pursuing a nuanced strategy, using quiet negotiations and targeted partnerships to deepen its influence without provoking global backlash. Today's Arctic policy is not about territorial acquisition, but about strategic positioning, climate adaptation, and collaborative diplomacy in one of the world's most dynamic frontiers. The political climate around Greenland is intensifying. The US now sees the island as crucial to Arctic security, with military and scientific delegations visiting, and infrastructure like the Pitufik space base being upgraded. Discussions in Congress focus on defense spending for Arctic readiness. Locally, Greenland's March 2025 elections highlighted debates on independence, economic growth, and foreign relations, with mixed public opinion on foreign investment and preserving local autonomy. Direct talks between American and Greenlandic leaders are progressing cautiously, focusing on joint projects in infrastructure, science, and mineral exploration. These discussions aim to build long-term partnerships, with the US positioning itself as an ally rather than a dominant force. Scientific research is also uncovering Greenland's strategic importance. Studies of Camp Century, a Cold War-era underground base, reveal environmental risks from past military projects, as thawing ice exposes potentially hazardous materials. Furthermore, Greenland has become a key center for climate research, with international collaborations producing advanced models to inform global policies. Economically, Greenland's untapped resources, rare earth minerals, oil, and gas, are attracting significant investment. American-backed initiatives are exploring environmentally responsible extraction methods, while infrastructure projects are being designed to support growth. These developments could generate billions in revenue, with the opening of Arctic shipping lanes further enhancing Greenland's value as a strategic trade hub. For the US, securing a stronger presence in Greenland is not only about military or scientific goals but also a critical economic opportunity in the evolving global landscape. The United States' activities in Greenland are under close watch by global powers. Russia and China, expanding their Arctic interests, have warned that an increased US presence could destabilize the region and escalate tensions. European countries generally support US defense efforts but urge that actions align with Denmark's sovereignty and Greenland's self-governance rights. Diplomatic dialogue continues through NATO and the Arctic Council, reflecting Greenland's growing importance in global geopolitics. Greenland's leadership remains firm on its sovereignty, rejecting any attempts to buy or control the island. However, behind the scenes, the US is engaging in discreet talks with Greenlandic and Danish officials, exploring cooperation in defense, technology, and development. The island has become a key focus in the competition for Arctic influence. On the ground, Greenland is undergoing rapid transformation with infrastructure projects like new airports and modernized road systems. These efforts aim to boost economic development and support scientific research. Greenlandic authorities are also partnering with American companies on energy and telecommunications projects to improve living standards. Scientific collaboration is thriving, with joint efforts on climate research and glaciology. New technologies have revealed even more mineral wealth beneath the ice, further increasing global interest in Greenland's resources. At the same time, local leaders are ensuring that foreign partnerships respect Greenland's autonomy and cultural identity. Private sector ventures, particularly in sustainable mining and ecotourism, are gaining traction. Greenland's pristine landscapes and strategic location are attracting ecotourists and adventure travelers, while discussions on improving education and healthcare are underway. Greenland is evolving into a dynamic region marked by modern infrastructure, scientific discovery, and a firm commitment to self-determination.